Hello everyone, it's Thursday. So a few weeks ago I played a Mass that was presided by the Bishop, and the readings for this particular weekend focused on two things: hearing and seeing. The first reading focuses on the call of Samuel, who hears the Lord calling him, but thinks that it's his teacher Eli. Now, after several instances of this happening, Eli finally realizes what is going on and then instructs Samuel how to properly respond the next time that he hears the voice. Similarly, the Gospel focuses on John the Baptist pointing out and recognizing Jesus as the Messiah, causing two of his disciples to stop following him and start to follow Jesus. Anyway, during the bishop's homily, he kept on repeating the phrase, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." Now, not only is that phrase found in that first reading, but it's also a phrase that I have heard spoken and sung many times throughout my life. It's a phrase that, while it seems really simple to understand, it can really require us to think, especially when we get to that word at the end, listening. What does it mean to truly listen? Is listening just the ability to hear sound, or is it more than that? I would argue that yes, listening is more than just hearing sound, because when I am actively listening to something or to someone, all I can hear around me is that thing I'm listening to, or that person that I'm listening to. I mean, think about it. Have you ever been so focused on someone speaking that you failed to hear someone calling your name for an extended period of time? Have you ever been actively listening to a podcast or the radio or an audiobook that you didn't hear your doorbell ring or your phone ring or your oven timer go off? Well, we're still able to hear those sounds in the background, though it may take several attempts for us to recognize that they're there. They aren't our main focus because we've given our undivided attention to that one thing that we're listening to. Yeah, we can still hear that stuff in the background, but it's not our main focus. You can almost think of listening as a sort of intentional hearing. We can say the same thing when it comes to seeing. I see a lot of things every day. There are some things I wish I could unsee, but regardless, I have been gifted with sight. Now, obviously, we can only see what's on the physical surface of someone, but just like listening, if we take the time to intentionally see someone, we can come to realize things about this particular person that were previously unseen by others in a passing glance. Intentional hearing and seeing is something I feel many of us need to improve on, including myself. And with Lent approaching next week, now seems to be a great time to refocus ourselves on becoming better listeners and better seers. What can you do to become a better listener and a better seer? Maybe for you, it's turning off some outside distractions like the television or the radio or YouTube even. Maybe it's going to visit someone, either in person or virtually, and having a genuine conversation with them. Maybe it's going for a walk and trying to see things differently along that walk. Regardless of what route you take, just remember that while it may seem difficult initially, if we put in the effort and keep trying, a good habit can come from it. And then we can boldly and proudly proclaim those great words once spoken by Samuel. "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." God bless you all. I'll see you later. Speaking of hearing and listening and podcasts, an offer has been extended to me to be a recurring guest host on a brand new podcast called Carol's Coffee House. This podcast is Catholic and is geared toward single young adult Catholics in their 20s and 30s. My episode, my first episode that is, should be up next week, I believe. The most recent episode, which I edited, I'll link in the description below so you can go and check that out if you wish. Thank you. Bye.